So, don't you love the cooking shows where they do like 75% of the work and they just like tell you the ingredients? It's like, okay, well, I just did like a lot of the fucking groundwork. And I'm fucking tired. Yeah, I'm living like that. Yeah, I'm living like that. Yeah, I'm living like that. We got 5 counts and we got 2 motions. All right. I should buy like cloths, but paper towels are sanitary. For me, it's like, okay, well, I'm pretty sure like cotton fiber isn't as like, why would you want to put food on that? I'm sure these paper towels have not even ever been touched by a human. I mean, maybe cloths haven't either, but carrots really have kind of a nice flavor. I just think that it's, for most people, it's like carrots just look fucking ugly. Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are pumping and the party's bumping. Ding, 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 ding. I want a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight, make my day. I want a place to stay. Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are pumping and the party's bumping. So I went off on like 10 motherfucking niggas today, you know what I'm saying? I went in and I went off, motherfucker. I said, I want a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. I want. But because there's like so many fucking like realms to life, you know what I mean? There's like actually a lot of realms. Like you could be going on with you and your significant other, and you guys never enter the realm of like reality where it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like you can just be so like on clouds, and it's like you're really, you know what I mean? There's just a lot of realms to reality, and it's like I realize that a lot of people like to be up there, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's just like that's not really where I live, but maybe these people get used to their little picket fence thought capacity, and it's like that's ridiculous. Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are pumping and the party's bumping. Think, 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 think. I want a place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make my day. I want a place to stay. You know what I mean? Nigga, you a bitch. And it's like funny too because it's like there are certain people that aren't a bitch, right? But then there are certain people that are a bitch that don't act like they are, but they really are. And it's like, see, those are 3 or 4 different realms right there. You know what I mean? And it's like, you obviously have to be able to see this nigga's a bitch, acting like he's not a bitch, and you can call it out. And this nigga ain't acting like a bitch, or he is acting like a bitch, and he ain't a bitch, and see, you can just call different things out. And a lot of times the perception of this whole entire life is that people just talk shit. You know what I mean? Like anytime they're living in another realm, it's them being stupid and talking shit. And it's like, no, it's just me refusing to fondle you, really. It's fucking retarded. Ugh. Ow. Just curious. It's like, what if there was handicapped people but chose to be handicapped? So the minute you choose to be handicapped, it's a whole other story, you know what I'm saying? It's another realm of analysis we've never delved into. And then you have normal people that keep their hands to themselves, obey laws, whatever. But then you have handicapped people. So why should the real niggas on this side have to walk on eggshells through their whole entire life and understand these people's psychology and live by and breathe by it, or like the whole world ends? It's like, isn't that I wish that in my life I could choose to do bad, to be stupid, to be immature, to be all these bad things, and then have people serve me. I wish that. You know what I mean? It's like, why is it that so severely handicapped people can rule this life in a sense? Like, I don't even get it. Like, the other day, for instance, I had a cardigan on and like this tank top that like split like this so you could like see my side, but then I had a cardigan over it. And it's like, yeah, you might have been able to see my side if I like went like this or something and you were a pervert and looking and not minding your own business. But like this guy like freaks out basically, and he's trying to do all this like read between the lines stuff, and it's just like, you're fucking handicapped. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be the day where I let a fucking handicapped person tell me how to fucking dress. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one fucking example. And it's like the handicappedness and how they act is so insane and intense. You know, even me as a really smart and strong person, individual, it's hard not to want to obey handicapped people. Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are pumping. Like, all of us started watching the most disgusting porn when we were 12 years old. Obviously, society wanted that. You know what I mean? The majority obviously wanted that because I didn't see any great porn out there. You know what I'm saying? If anything, porn was a deterrent to actual sex. And you know what I mean? It's like, at what point are you going to grow the fuck up? To like think that seeing a woman's side, if you're fucking obsessed with her and she moves the wrong way, seeing her butt or seeing her side, like, you know what I mean? Like, at a certain point, these like handicapped individuals don't even want to let anyone live. Because it's like, we're just humans at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, we have skin, we have thoughts, we have intelligence, and it's like, that's offensive to handicapped people. Like, the minute you actually like are just like a secure and confident person and you speak that way, like, handicapped people hate that shit. Like, they're the weirdest people I've ever met in my whole entire life. Like, they can't stand someone with their own thoughts, their own moral code, or anything like that. Like, they just can't. And you know, being mature isn't a prerequisite to growing pubic hair. You know what I mean? It's like some of these handicapped people, in my opinion, are walk around, they have pubes, we think they're adults, but they're fucking not. And then they act so ridiculous to you, and then you're just being yourself, not really having this huge handicap dilemma going on for yourself. And it's like you're constantly offending them. Like, at a certain point, there's nothing to eat. You can't even exist because your existence is offensive to them. And it's like, I've been around some people where like everything, like you can't even say anything. Like it just, they're like so paranoid and they think everything is this and that and this. Well, you know what I mean? Like, oh, does this dress make me look fat? No, it's great. Well, what do you mean? You said it in a weird tone. Da 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 da. Like I've met strangers who are fucking like that. Like try to deconstruct every possible thing that you meant. And it's just like, you are fucking handicapped. Like you are seriously fucking handicapped. Where it's like, if you don't literally, like there's 5 things to say in this world if handicaps are around, and it's like, there's only 5 fucking things, I swear, because anything besides the 5 fucking things, like the world ends. Like I'm not even lying to you. Like you just offended fucking, you know, the priest of the world. Well, you know what I mean? When you say something that a handicap hasn't heard before, the 5 things, and it's like fucking insane. And it's like they think the whole entire world revolves around them. It's like, seriously, doing this fucking job, being around so many fucking people. And it's like the weirdest thing too, because it's like certain people that are handicapped, it's like they are so concerned for you. And it's like, do you not realize that mature, sane, rational, law-abiding, good, moral people, those are the last people you need to be concerned about. You know what I mean? You don't need to be concerned what's going on in their head or what they're doing or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're the last people that you need to show concern for or be obsessed about. Like, some people you can just tell they want all the attention on them. Like, they'll do the weirdest fucking shit so all the attention is on them for like as long as they want. Like, you'll be able to tell too. Like, at the point where they're like, okay, I've had enough attention, then they go and they like disappear. And then the minute they want attention again, they'll start coming out in public or whatever in the working environment and start doing stuff to get all this attention and stuff onto them. It's fucking weird. Like, do you not realize that like normal people aren't like that? And it's like, I don't know if it's the South or what, but everyone is so fucking immature. Like, you walk into a fucking restaurant and everyone's like so concerned about that person and what they're wearing and what they're thinking, and this person's twitching and I can't stop looking at it. It's like, I know, it's so fucking insane. Like, my experience doing this is so fucking insane. And it's like, there's no boundaries anywhere in the South. It's almost like everyone, if you're white, they think that like, or black people too. It's just like, there's not even like a differentiation. It's like everybody is like fucking boob to boob with one another. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need to know your thoughts and I need to start interacting with your thoughts and this, that, and the other. It's like we're all fucking these like weird incest children. You know what I mean? Like, none of us can have a separate identity. We all have to hold hands and walk in a straight line. It's the weirdest fucking shit ever. And it's like, I don't know, like, it almost makes me crazy. It's like, how did these people fucking survive? Like, what are they? I know that they're not productive. Like, you see me doing all of this right now, they can't do that shit. They're so fucking psycho. They can't fucking do that shit. Like, I actually can get a lot done in a day without even thinking about it. They can't do that. You know what I mean? fucking absurd. And it's like, this is my like opinion to them. It's like, like, it's not my fault that you didn't work hard on yourself. You know what I mean? And now you're like 40 years old, however old you are, and like you never worked on yourself, and you never developed like ethics and strength and things like that. You know what I mean? Like independence and things like that. Like, it's just not my fault that you chose not to do that. And it's like, you have to understand, like, when you see other people and stuff like that, like, no one's the same. You know what I mean? Everyone's different. Like, I don't know why we look at everybody like everybody's supposed to be the same. Like, we're all the fucking same. It's like, no, we're not. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, like, people make choices to not care about themselves. People make choices to not care about others. Like, everyone's different, but it's like so many people just want to have this reality and want other people to live by this reality where like everyone's the same. Like, we all have the same amount of pubes and da 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 da. It's the weirdest shit ever. It's like no one can tolerate someone being different than them. And if they are different from them, they have to know every difference and all this stuff, and then it's just insane. Like, you could literally, like, I would not say to anyone that you don't care about COVID-19. You know what I mean? Like, if you said that you don't care about COVID-19 and 90% of the population, they will literally label you as a worthless, stupid person. Like, that, their thinking is so small. But it's almost like some of these handicapped people that I interact with, it's like they've all been in the same bed for so long. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of what it seems like. Like, they've fucking evolved into this like molded thing. Like, you know how hair gets matted when it's not taken care of? It's like that's what they become. Like, instead of being independent and being like having their own identity and evolving that way and having differences and then nourishing maybe relationships if they want them or whatever it is, and being different and honoring differences, like instead it went the opposite. You know what I mean? So it turned into like this hills have eyes type shit. I don't know, like I just go into so many places and like everything seems so fucking personal. You know what I mean? Where like everything in this life should be simple, like unless you're a rocket scientist or trying to figure cancer out or whatever it is. Like, you know, being a decent human being should be this natural, easy thing. Like doing 99% of the jobs in America should be an easy thing. And then as far as your own identity and stuff like that, I mean, that is existing outside of these dumbass jobs that we all have or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see how your identity becomes the job and then there's several identities. Like, I just don't see that. And I don't see why your identity is affecting the workplace or whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't be concerned about what music I just listened to or the thoughts I had on my way in here or whether I take Viagra or whatever it is. Like, you should be having your own identity. You know what I mean? You shouldn't be worried about mine. And if I choose to act like a nutcase, then it's me losing my job, and then it's me learning from it, and it's my responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it seems everything that I'm saying is so fucking easy, but for so many people that I think it just started as childhood. Like, they didn't want to, if they wanted the thing, they're going to steal it. They're going to take it from a kid. They want the donuts, they're going to eat the donuts. You know, they feel better being fat and miserable than not eating the donuts. Like, from childhood, these motherfuckers started acting like idiots. And then, like, at a certain point, it's almost like the idiocracy is like taking over like the entire environment. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking insane. It's like the people that fucked up their whole entire life are now trying to be large and in charge, and they are so clueless. Damn. It's like, do you need to boil carrots for like an hour? I was talking shit about this one woman, but like not to her face, but she's like a psychic. She's a fucking witch, so she fucking knows what the fuck I was saying. But it's like, you are disgusting. Like, you're a disgusting person. You know what I mean? And she got like so offended by it. And it's like, I'm not saying that as like personally offensive to you. It's like, and I doubt it's going to give you a wake up call, but some of your biggest traits are fucking disgusting. And it makes you a disgusting individual. Like, it really does. And it's like, how immature do you have to be a witch, to know that someone else is talking about you but saying true things and then getting mad about it? And it's like, well, you're so big and bad. You made all these choices yourself. You know you're disgusting. Why get mad at the person that sees that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't escape that you're in physical form on this earth and that people see your choices. And like, she's a witch, so she can do really a good job at masquerading. You know what I mean? Where 99% of the people might not see her that way because she's so fucking manipulative, because she's like probably like a high witch or something. So it's like, with a lot of these people, for me at least, one, I'm super fucking perceptive. And then two, I think that might be it. Like, I can just like, for whatever reason, have a keen sense of sight. You know what I mean? So it's like, they're not used to people having thoughts or thinking things or saying things aversive about them, because they, one, try so hard to hide it, and then two, everyone that they've ever been around doesn't see it because they believe the masquerade or whatever it is. And like, here I am, and I'm just like calling motherfuckers out left and right because I actually see them for what they are. And then they're getting mad, but it's like, they're not mad at me, they're mad at themselves. And it's like, no one can even, you could be like, I think you're fucking stupid. And people haven't even dealt with communication in the right way. So like anything we say is almost like taken as this personal like homicide thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like you can't even fucking say anything. Like you have to have 100% good thoughts about this person, or else. You know what I mean? So weird. That is such a rant. I realize that. It's like, who the fuck wants to rant like that? But everything I'm saying is like so completely true. And it like sucks, you know what I mean? Oh. Oh my god. Like, I just always think about it like, okay, use whatever experience that you experienced today, like, in how the person acted. Imagine, like, do you want to love her that way? Would you want a lover to be like that? Most of the times, it's no, which means there's something fucking wrong with them. Oh my god.